All right, so we're back for another deep dive. And today we're going to be like virtually traveling, basically.
Yeah. Where are we going?
We're going to Lagos, Nigeria,
Awesome.
to this Afrocentric masterclass.
Mm-hmm.
And, we talk about gender-based violence a lot on this show,
Mm-hmm.
but we obviously, we come at it from, our own background, our own perspective.
Right, right, with a Western lens.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it'll be interesting to see, how they're tackling it, how they're thinking about it.
Absolutely.
From this whole other perspective, this whole their cultural background.
Yeah, I think that's critical to get those different perspectives because, solutions that might work in one area might not be applicable or appropriate in others.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's really about understanding those cultural nuances and how those can inform, effective solutions and interventions.
Exactly. Yeah. So the document that we're looking at that came straight from this masterclass is called Understanding Gender-Based Violence.
Oh, yeah.
It's nice and simple.
Yeah.
Here, it's from August 5th, 2024.
Got it.
And so one of the things that really jumped out at me is how they talk about female genital mutilation.
Right.
And, that's something that we hear about, we talk about, but the way that they're approaching it in this document is really interesting because they talk about how, in some African communities, it's not viewed as violence.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah.
That's a really thought-provoking point.
Yeah.
Because it challenges us to really think about how different cultures perceive things that we in the West might automatically label as harmful.
Yeah. Yeah. And like, how do we balance that?
Right.
Because obviously we want to advocate for women's rights,
Of course.
but we also don't want to just, come in and be like, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong,
Right. It's not about imposing our values. It's about understanding theirs and finding ways to work within their cultural context.
Exactly. Yeah.
To promote positive change.
So what do you think? How do you think we can approach something like this? Like, how do we even start to think about solutions?
Well, I think the document actually provides some insights there.
Okay.
It talks about the importance of engaging community leaders and promoting education about the health consequences of certain practices.
Yeah, because I think sometimes, these things are so ingrained in the culture that it's not even that they're trying to be, malicious or anything. It's just like, it's just what they've always done.
It's tradition.
Right.
And they may not even be aware of the potential harm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you can educate people and kind of, help them to understand like, hey, maybe we should rethink this.
Right. And that's where engaging those community leaders is so important.
Yeah.
Because they have the influence and the respect to really facilitate those conversations.
Exactly. And I think it's so interesting how, like, we talk about, solutions to gender-based violence, and we often think about like, laws and policies and things like that.
Lockdown approaches.
Yeah, but this is almost like a bottom-up approach.
Exactly. It's about empowering communities to find solutions from within.
I love that. Yeah.
And building on their existing strengths and values.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Well, I think this has been like a really eye-opening deep dive.
Me too.
I feel like I've learned a lot, and I definitely, am starting to think about this in a whole new way.
Yeah, it's amazing how a different cultural lens can completely shift your perspective.
Absolutely. And I think, one thing that I'm taking away from this is just the importance of, not assuming that our way is the only way.
Right. Absolutely. There's so much value in understanding and respecting other cultural perspectives.
Absolutely. So to our listeners out there, we've learned a lot about, how they're approaching gender-based violence in Nigeria at this Afrocentric masterclass. What do you think? How might this Afrocentric perspective apply to other cultural contexts?
Yeah.
And could similar approaches be effective in tackling gender-based violence in different parts of the world? Yeah. It's something to think about, as we continue to have these conversations.
Definitely lots to ponder.
Lots to ponder. All right. Well, thanks for diving deep with us.
Thanks for having me.
And we'll see you next time.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.